Good morning, good morning. It's morning time. The birds are singing, the doggies are barking. It's time to get up. Good morning, Moose. Moose says good morning. All the peas, right? You say good morning. He really says good morning. All right, hang on, little dude. Hold on. Here, say good morning. Say good morning to everybody. Look, over here. Over here, Moosey. Over here. Tell you. There you are. All right, I've got to teach him the heart brain. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to do the heart brain coherence. Hand on the heart. Right there, that's your heart. Hand on the heart. And slow down the breathing. And the next breath in, you're going to bring in love, peace, happiness, joy. Just pull in all those beautiful feelings. And exhale. And then we're going to go in again with that deep, deep, deep love. And you're going to pull somebody into your heart with you. Pull them in, give them a heart hug, and tell them how much you love them and appreciate them. That's why we say thank you, I love you at the end of every day together. Love and appreciation. And then say hello to yourself and come back here. And let's begin our day together. I love this. Oh, Leo, you would so love Moose. He is all puppy. He truly is. So good morning, Deirdre. Thank you for sharing. Good morning, Kathy Hand, Brandy. And Moose gets your heart hug. Oh, I'm sure he appreciates it. He loves cuddles. He loves being petted, being talked to. And Brandy's pulling Auntie Jean in here. Let's get her in here this morning and get some loving off of our Auntie Jean. Good morning, Erica. Sending you a big hug and a big good morning to you. And cheers to everybody. I hope you got your cuppa this morning. Whatever's in it, just enjoy whatever that might look like. All right, so we are going to do a story time this morning. We need our Andrea. Where's Andrea Gregg? She loves story time. So let's all call in Andrea Gregg, get her in here for story time. Sally and Tony, our pair of jeans are missing in action. So let's get them in here. And the message that came from the angels is smooth sailing or deep lessons. It was interesting. Good morning, Brookie. Oh, thank you, Kathy Hand. I appreciate you doing that. I know she doesn't like to miss story time. And I don't know where Auntie Jean is. She said last night that she would be here. So let's grab her up in energy. I know, Brandy, you already pulled her into your heart. But let's just call in Jean Lorio, Jean Walensky, Andrea Gregg. Say their names. Say their names out loud and send them that telepathic message that, hey, get in here with the family. This is where you belong this morning. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully they will hear the message. Smooth sailing or deep lessons. Franklin D. Roosevelt said, "A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor." All right, we have to wait a minute. The doggies are on protective duty. Max is eating peas with the peas. Oh, thank you for messaging Suzanne. I know she likes to have story time as well. So I got to wait for them to settle down. They see another doggie outside. So, of course, they're going to let that doggie know this is their home. They keep your distance. Really kiss. Hi, darling. All right, so let's try this again. Franklin D. Roosevelt said, "A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor." Life is full of waves and tides, some tranquil and others tumultuous. One of my favorite things is the ocean on a serene day, its calm, mirror-like surface reflecting the sky's beauty. However, while peaceful and enjoyable, such waters do little to teach the sailor resilience, strategy, or courage. True growth arises when the waves swell, the winds howl, and the horizon becomes uncertain. It's in these moments of adversity that skill, determination, and faith are honed. In our lives, the quote, smooth seas are those periods when everything seems to flow effortlessly. While these times are a gift and provide much needed rest, they are not the moments that shape us. It is the storms, the heartbreaks, the failures, the losses, the doubts that truly mold us. Dear angels, like a sailor wrestling with the elements, we learn how to navigate life's storms with perseverance and grace. We discover our inner strength, uncover latent talents, and build unwavering confidence in our ability to weather life's uncertainties. Dear ones, when you face challenges, it's easy to despair, to wish for smoother seas, but consider that every wave, no matter how formidable, has the power to lift you higher. Each challenge presents an opportunity to rise stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. It is through these struggles that you become more attuned to the vast power within, as well as the divine guidance always available to steer you through. In the eye of the storm, you also find moments of clarity. The winds may rage and the rain may pour, but there's a quiet center within each of you, a place of calm where you can connect with the divine and your higher self. It is from this sacred space that you draw the strength to continue forward, even when the storm shows no sign of relenting. When the storm finally passes and the sea is calm, you emerge transformed. You stand taller, equipped with hard earned wisdom and a deeper appreciation for the journey. You carry within you not only the skills to face future challenges, but also the unwavering knowledge that no storm lasts forever. As you sail through life, remember that each choppy wave and each fierce gale is forging a skilled sailor within you. Trust in your ability to navigate through the storm and lean on the divine forces always present to guide you. When the seas settle once more, you will find yourself not only stronger, but also more attuned to the beauty and vastness of life's ocean. So embrace the waves, trust the process. Let each storm transform you into the skilled sailor you were meant to be. Dear angels, today I promise to stop wishing for smooth sailing and instead ride the waves of life. And that's what we're encouraged to do, to ride those waves, go with the flow. Where is your wave taking you? Maybe we struggle and we fight those waves so much that we get exhausted. It's not in the resistance that we learn, it's in going with the flow. In the oceans, especially in the Atlantic Ocean, there's something known as riptides. And the riptide comes in to the beach area. The water comes in and everything looks calm and looks good. But then when it pulls you back out, it pulls you with such a force that you can't hold on. You can't fight your way back to the shore. And many people have perished because of that. We almost lost a friend. Years ago, my sister Sheila brought her daughter to visit with us in Florida, and her daughter's friend came along on that vacation. Well, her friend was this teeny tiny little thing. I don't even think she's maybe just a little bit over 4 feet tall and just tiny. So the girls went out into the ocean to swim and couldn't get back in. Now, the thing with riptides and what you learn if you're ever in that situation is you don't try to go straight through it. You don't try to struggle against what's pulling you down. You go to the side. So if you can swim to the side of it instead of fighting that strong force, then you're going with the flow and you'll eventually come out into smoother water where you can come up to the shore. But they had to call for the lifeguard to come rescue the two girls. And my sister, of course, was panicking. Like, how are we going to explain this to her mom? We brought her to Florida and lost her in the ocean. But it happens a lot. And so people now, everyone's trying to educate that if you do go in the water, in the ocean, to don't fight, don't struggle when you feel yourself being pulled out further, but just start going sideways. And you can see the shore, so just start going along the shoreline to the left or right and just work your way out of it. But many people struggle against that force that's trying to drag you down, right? Can anybody relate to that? I know I have. I fought that fight. It's like everything all at one time seems to hit, and it just keeps dragging you and dragging you farther away from safety, farther away from where you can stand on your own 2 feet. And if we fight that and we resist it and we say, no, I know I can do this, I know I can win, right? We always want to win. Well, there is no win when you're in a fight. Both people, if you're in a fight with someone, both of you lose. So the idea is to come to some place of compromise. So in the ocean, in the riptide, the compromise is, okay, I'm just going to float with you. I'm going to go with the movement of the water, and I'm going to calm my energy down, because what happens if we panic and we're in a body of water? Not going to end up too well. Well, it's the same thing in relationships. If we panic and we fight and we get all tense, there's nothing that can be accomplished with communication when you're in that mode. So, yeah, so that's the message this morning. Boy, did those angels go deep today or what? I think maybe it's because I'm preparing to end our workshop today. It's the last day of emotional empowerment, going into a deeper dive. And today we are talking about relationships. So get ready to go with the flow. Andrea, Greg, there you are. We all linked arms and called you in here for story time. I hope you got to hear it, darling. And Kathy Hand says, the dogs are singing and Scooby is looking for them. Yes, you may hear them again because Jazz sits by the door and watches for other critters in the neighborhood, especially other dogs, and has to tell them, not this house, this is my house. House And of course, so I don't fight them. I just go with them. Sorry about that, Kathy. I hope they didn't upset Scooby too much. All right, so let's keep going. Sally and Tony are here. Good morning. Our blue jean came in. His cat is home. He peed once a little bit ago. He escaped our bedroom and went into the guest room. He likes the sofa there. Yeah. Sweet Dizzy. He's going to be okay. Your Vermonsters are on alert. I know. Sorry. Jazzy, come in here, babe. Come in here, Jazz. It's okay. It's okay, Moose. Go tell them it's okay. Yeah, tell them it's okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Come on, Moose. Nope. He's gonna love you from the floor. All right, so I'm pulling the Kuan Yin card. Let's see what comes out for her to speak to us today. Look for my signs. I have been speaking to you through signs in the world and feelings in your heart. Can you hear my reassuring voice? When you ask me for a sign, I give it. Notice that it is happening in the world around you. Take comfort and believe. Look for Kuan Yin's signs because she does give them to us. She does help us every day, bringing in a message. Well, maybe Jazz is giving all the doggies listening out there a message. Maybe he's telling them something that they need to know, right? We're just going to take this as a positive. That's right. There are no sorries in Peeville. They are doing their job. Yeah, they can see out the front door, and there's a lot of people with dogs in this neighborhood, and they like to take their doggies out for a walk. So, of course, they come by the house on the street, and the dogs are like, you stay out on that street. Oh, this morning I woke up to the sound of the sandhill cranes. I didn't get up in time to see them, but they obviously came in close to the yard. The yard ends at the lake, so we get lots of critters. The little ducks and the sandhills. The sandhills are the most beautiful. Cletus was loving the communication from our dogs. Good. And Sally says, I had my phone in my pocket, so when the dog started singing, so did my leg. And so a pursuit started with Kai, following me from room to room. It's the song of his people. That's right. That's what Bob and Noel have on a mat on their front porch. It says, ring the doorbell and hear Magi sing the song of his people. Julie Kiss says, thank you, Auntie Jean and Mama P, for the mail. It made my day and love you both. Oh, you're so welcome, honey. Yes, anything to brighten someone's day. Good morning, Catherine Kovacs. I am in Florida and loving it. Right now it's 65 degrees, but it feels good. It feels comfortable outside. Blue says, "Oh, you're back at the place with the cranes. How cool." Razzmatazz is looking out the bay window. They're looking for those doggaroos. Y'all need to get in here and settle. Jazzy lays right by the door because he knows eventually there's going to be some movement out there. Yes, I'm here in DeLand, Florida, and lots of excitement here with animals and of all kinds. And yeah, I love this little area. I was out and about yesterday. I had to go grocery shopping. So I went out and people were so friendly when I was out yesterday. And I was buying some soup and the man behind me in line was commenting about the soup. So people are just, they're friendly here. I like this little town. Okay, so do you want some angel messages? And tell me how your weekend's going. What have you got going on? Brandy says we have many cranes and a crane foundation here. All right. Yes, Sally, I believe you are correct. This morning's show has gone to the dogs. We got 2 at the front door and 1 at the back door, and they're on high alert. They want to know what's happening in their neighborhood. Right, Lucy? Lucy's looking out the back window. Kathy says, "Yep, Scooby lays on the couch armrest looking for our neighbor's dogs." Book 1, page 15, says our Brandy. Okay, I finally got there. You have choices in every moment to stay in the flow or try to go your own way. When you allow yourself to be taught, the master will appear. It may not be in the form you expect, but you most certainly will know when it shows up. Well, doesn't that just go right along with our angel message from last night? Sometimes we do try to go our own way and we try to do things, even though we've been told, don't fight, don't resist that storm that's coming at you, don't resist that riptide. But people do it anyway. And then they lose their strength and they go under. So if you don't fight it and you just go with the flow and start just relaxing your body and going with the tide and not against the tide, it ends up much better for you. And it's that way, using tides as our storms of life. It's much better if we stop fighting and we stop resisting and we just pause, hit the pause button and say, what the heck's going on here? And be the observer for a moment. Be the observer of those storms that are coming in. A lot of times we can tell from the clouds what kind of storm it's going to be. Is it going to be a ferocious storm? It's going to be a gentle rain. We just can tell that, okay, I need to take cover, or I need to really observe what's happening with others in my life, because they might get a little wonky if the wind stirs up and the tornadoes start coming in. So thank you for that message from our tiny book of angel messages. Thank you for that, Brandy. And hello to Don Baker. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I get to see Don in a few days. He's going to be right down here in Florida, and I'm going to go meet up with him. And Sally says, I'm staying in the flow of love and light. Absolutely. No, Blue, Don Baker is my holistic doctor from Canada that has helped me so much with physical problems and sometimes emotional problems. We kind of help each other go with the flow of whatever's happening and stop resisting and fighting. Okay, Sally says, page 2 in book 1 for the group. Okay, let's go to page 2 and see what's going on. Oh, you are funny, Sally, and you're right. This is for the whole group. The animals of the world are teachers, though they are just doing what they came here on earth to do, simply to love. They are. They're little bundles of love, or big bundles of love in Blue's case, and in Brandy's case with Cletus. They're just big bundles of love, and that's all they know. They just know love. You know, they're not born ferocious. It's the training that makes dogs the way they are. So just love on your dog or your cat or ferret or whatever animal you have. Just love on it and let it know that, yeah, we all come into our existence made from love, knowing love, and calling love to us, whatever that looks like. And sometimes we get a skewed idea of what love really is. So we get off the beaten track a little bit, but then we come back to it, don't we? You know, when I learned the heart brain coherence from Greg Braden, he explained that when they teach people to do the heart brain and we're calling in that energy, that beautiful energy inside of us, they steer away from using the term love, because love for some has not a good connotation. Sometimes there might have been heartbreak or heartache or, you know, something abusive that happened or manipulative. So they steer away from using that actual word. But I love to use the word because that's really what we are. And we know love. It's what lasts forever and ever. It doesn't die. It doesn't disappear when we leave our human bodies. So bring on the love. That's what I say. And thank you for choosing that page for us, Sally. And Kathy Hand says, book 2, page 63. So we're going to go into Angels in My Pocket, page 63. All right. This one must have a big message because my throat's getting ready for it. Oh, Giz Cat, I love you so much. I'm so glad that he came in to listen to the morning cuppa. And yes, that message was all about our beautiful animals and what they are. And they are love. And they show us that constantly if we allow them to. Okay, so page 63 says, when you see your situation through the lens of possibility, instead of dreading what you know is going to show up, you have risen to a different energy pattern. And you will then see the change you want to see happen. Life will always present its challenges, but having the courage to keep pushing forward and never give up can be the difference between having the mountaintop view or being covered in quicksand. Absolutely. Having the courage to let go and go with the flow is a big lesson, because when you are fighting, you're not really seeing the things around you. You're so narrow focused that all you see is the anger or the fight or the bitterness or the silence. All you see is that, and you're so focused on that that you can't see all the other people in your life that are loving on you and wanting you to be happy and joyous. So stop fighting, stop resisting the waves and the tides, and let go. Okay, so now we have, Brandy says, whoa, like last night. Great message. It hits me in the soul. Absolutely. And Sally said that was perfect. Kathy says, I started taking a liquid form of curcumin. It comes in 3 different flavors. I have the vanilla flavor in my coffee. It's a bit bitter, but I guess I will get used to it. Okay. Good morning, Annie7. And Kathy would like to know if Don Baker thinks curcumin and turmeric helps with arthritis and inflammation. Well, I can certainly say that turmeric has been lauded forever for its anti-inflammatory healing properties. I don't know a lot about curcumin. I've heard of it, and I've heard that when you take it with turmeric, it really has a combination that packs a punch. But if Don wants to pitch in and give his expert advice, I would love to hear that. The other thing that really has a lot, and I'm talking a whole lot of healing properties, is moringa. And, you can get moringa in tea form, or you can make your own. My friend Sherry Myers grows moringa and then processes it, and I always benefit from it because I help her with those plants. Y'all know when I'm in New Orleans, I'm out watering the plants. Well, those are the moringa plants that have such healing property. And when I am there in New Orleans, I usually pick some of the leaves off of the plant and put it in my food and have that fresh moringa. And it's absolutely amazing the healing properties that it has. Let's see, where are we at? Annie is stopping by to say I love you before going to the funeral home. Oh, baby, we're going with you. We're right there with our arms around you. Annie, I know this is a tough time, but you're so loved. And our whole family is holding you right now as you're going through that grieving process. Brookie says, thank you for the beautiful message. Dylan mentioned something really similar last night about gaining wisdom in this lifetime through our trials and tribulations. That's really the whole idea of coming to a place like Earth where it's full of contrast. We can't get away from it. It's everywhere. It is here. It's our lesson. So when we have the sandpaper people and the sandpaper moments that just feel so rough and like, oh, I don't want that. I don't want to have sandpaper all over me. But look at the lesson we're learning. Don't run from it. Don't fight it. Don't resist it because it's teaching something very valuable. And the more that we give in and love on ourselves through that process, we allow and we go with the flow, the more we're going to absolutely be blessed by that lesson. And it's a lesson we can share with others. And we're going to do that. We, meaning any of you who wish to share your stories. Did you have a time in your life when there was sandpaper rubbing against you in some form, whether that was a person or a situation? And sometimes we do that to ourselves, don't we? Sometimes we beat up on ourselves, and we have a huge lesson to learn about self-love and self-care. So we're going to publish a book in July called Changes, a Cosmic Symphony of Love. Okay, so if you want to be in the book, you got to let me know because I'm not just going to put you in there until I talk to you and see what you want to share about your story. Thank you, Deirdre, for our daily prayer. It is time. If you have anything going on, like we're going to lift up our Annie while she goes to say goodbye to a loved one in their human form, we'll still have that person in spirit, but it's hard for us humans to let go and to move to a different version of our loved ones. So thank you, Deirdre, for the prayers for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace, attention to human trafficking, support for all families living with addiction, and prayers for our country of the United States. Thank you for that. And then Sally says prayers for the lost, the lonely, the forgotten, the unloved, the homeless, and for those who live in fear of another. Also, extra prayers for Annie, her family, and her brother for his journey home. Yeah, absolutely. And yes, Sally, I would love to get with you and let's get your beautiful story in our book for others to learn and grow from. That's the power of sharing our stories. It's not just for us to learn, but for those in our lives. That's why we call our soul family to us. We call them for support, for love, and for those aha teaching moments that we do with each other. Thank you, Annie. Prayers for Blue and Gizzy. Yeah, our sweet Gizmo. He's been through it. He has had the sandpaper all over him recently. So let's pray that Gizzy can get stronger and stronger every day and be there when I come back up to see him and hold him. And Brandy, prayers for Gizmo and all our fur babies today. Thank you. So let's go into our heart. And as we do so, I'm just being guided to lead us to think about our lessons and our blessings. So just go with me. Just visualize your life. It's your life, so you know what it looks like, what it feels like, what experiences you have had. So right now, just pay attention to that. Pay attention to the times when you felt beat up on, and maybe you were physically, emotionally, mentally. So those times when you felt that things were happening to you, just know they were happening as part of your life journey. They were your lesson. And just look at that. Look at it with your spiritual eyes, not the physical eyes. And just ask, what was my lesson? Through all of that I went through, all of the changes, all of the acknowledgement of the lessons in my life, what was my blessing? What did I understand more fully? Am I still going through that? Am I still understanding more and getting more clarity? What do I need to know in my life in this moment about my lessons? And just sit with it for a moment. Just be the observer. You don't have to go into any deep emotional state. Just look at the things that have transpired and ask your higher self, did I learn the lesson from that? Or did I shut it down? Did I fight against it and resist it to where I couldn't learn the lesson? How do I let go and go with the flow? How do I just be through all that's happening? Because our human tendency is to fight or flee. So where have I not shown up for myself through this lesson? And how can I now incorporate that into my life where I can show up, where I can see the blessing of it? So as you sit with that energy, there's no guilt, there's no shame, no regrets. There is only love. Loving your journey. Just go with that right now. Loving your journey. Being grateful for every experience. Being grateful for the people in your life. Those who Sometimes we think we want to escape and we don't want to be around them, but they're there on purpose. They're not there for us to run from. They're there for us to run to embrace and to say thank you. Thank you for my lesson. Thank you for my blessing. Mm. And now look at your own self and your own beautiful heart and say thank you. Thank you for standing up, for not running, for not trying to escape what's needed in life. Thank you for being strong, even when your knees were shaking, even when things looked like the worst storm ever coming your way. You stood strong and you made it through. And that storm didn't destroy you. You're here to tell your story. You're here to share how you changed through it all. So give yourself that heart hug. Love on yourself. Love on your guides. Love on God, who through it all did not just reach down and grab you up and pull you out of that mire, but who walked right beside of you, allowing you to know you're safe. And now let's breathe in and do an exhale. Let's do a big exhale of that breath out. Really let it go. Because when we start reflecting on our life and the things we've been through, our brain does this little number where it pulls up a file and it starts to tell us how bad it was. You don't want to revisit that. That was bad. But no, just say no. I can look at it. I lived through it. It's one of my blessings now that's in my blessing pile. And I'm just going to say thank you. Mm-hmm. And when we do that, our vibration increases, our frequency raises higher and higher and up to a higher plane. And then we go higher yet. And that's where we sit, right at the foot of the Creator, sitting there in that great central sun, basking in its warmth and saying thank you. Thank you to God, our Creator. And thank you for hearing our prayers. Thank you for shedding light where there seemed to be such darkness. We love you. We honor you. Thank you for answered prayer. Sometimes it doesn't look like the answer that we wanted, but it is for the best and highest good of all. And we bring our beautiful world asking for blessings of peace on earth, peace in every heart on our planet, peace in every home, and peace throughout our lands. And we thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, bless you. And let's bring our energy back now into our hearts and into our smiles on our faces. And just give each other that heart hug through the words that we say every day of thank you, I love you. Oh, sweet Scooby. Yep, our little animals, they let us know when they're getting tired, right? When things are going on, that they just need that extra love and extra attention. Okay, so this was Kathy. Hope, hi sweetheart. Okay, so I'm just reading your message, Kathy, while I'm getting the music going for Leo to sing to us. And yes, lifting up Bob and your beautiful family. And here we go with the thank you. I love you.
Good morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready because today is the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go,
Come on, come
come on, let's
on.
play. It's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part of it.
Hey,
It's for
Jennifer.
peace, so now mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead wherever we may be. We create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new dimension. Morning cup of full of joy, every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup of full of joy, every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup of full of joy, give me a cup of full of, give
Oh,
me a cup
thanks,
of
Leo.
full of joy, give me a cup of full of. Cup of full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top. Here, the coffee's always hot and the trust is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today's a new day, we are part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot and get the day started. Morning cup of full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
Hey,
Morning cup of full of
y'all.
joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup of full of joy. Give me a cup of full of. Give me a cup of full of joy. Give me a cup of full of. Give me a cup of full of joy. Give me a cup of full of. Give me a cup of full of joy. Give me a cup of full of. There really is no secret. We simply accept,
Accept
align,
line
allow.
now.
Triple A,
Hopefully, y'all.
morning cup of full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup of full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup of joy. Cup of full of joy. Cup of full of joy. Give me a cup give me cup of joy. 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 Give me cup of joy.
All right, here we go at the end of the song. We always help our Leo at the end. Woo! Thank you for the song, Leo, and thank you, Peas. I love you so much. Enjoy this weekend that you have. Enjoy the weather, whatever it's doing. You know, if you fight it, then you're going to be just miserable in it. But if it's snowy, appreciate the beauty of the snow. If it's sunny, appreciate the sunshine. Just go with the flow of whatever is happening around you and watch yourself go into smooth sailing with whatever that looks like. If you came in late and didn't hear the message today, that's what it's all about. It's going with the flow, not fighting and resisting, but coming to that place where you understand more fully what lesson is coming at you. I love you. Stay in your heart. Stay blessed. I will see you tomorrow afternoon for the afternoon cup of peas, and that's at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. So for now, I wish you well, and I wish you joy and peace and happiness in whatever your life looks like today. And those that are struggling, just know we're right there with you. And all your beautiful animals, just give them some love. Just love on them. And that was from Moose that said, all right, it's time to end now. Goodbye. so, so I'm going to take the doggaroos outside and just let them play for a bit. I love you.